Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm gonna go over one of the little magazines that we get in the mail, claiming that AI is gonna be the next mega trend and we're all missing out right now by not investing in it. These kind of these kind of newsletters are scams, in my opinion, and I'm gonna tell you why in this video. We're gonna go over this one here. Maybe you've gotten one like this before, talking about other trends. This one here is talking about AI, specifically about one AI company that you need to invest in. And if you don't, you're going to miss out on a lot of profits. So we're going to go over it. So the first thing I notice is that, they put a picture of a very reputable investor on there, Warren Buffett. Even though Warren Buffett stays away from these kinds of things. But let's just dive right into this here. So we have a profile here of a man named Stephen Place. So Mr. Place is, I think, the owner of this newsletter. So he owns the newsletter. His company provides it to us. And he makes claims that some of these stocks have gone up 162%, 224%, and even 438%. And while that is not a lie in and of itself, right? So he puts right there, Nvidia has gone up 438% since January of 2023, as we can see on this chart here. Yeah, that's not a lie. Nvidia has gone up by a lot. But when people see these kind of things, it makes them think like, hey, I should be getting into Nvidia right now. And I think that's a foolish thing because, like I said, Nvidia is at the all-time highs right now. You don't typically want to be buying stocks at all-time highs. You're going to be set up for some disappointment there. So anyways, the company that he's touting is a symbol UNFYF. So why don't we look that one up here on our chart? Edge Total Intelligence, currently at 70 cents, down about 1.7% over the last day. Let's look at its price performance. In the last 3 months, it has gone up. So it has gone from about 30 cents to about 70 cents. So this thing's more than doubled in the last 3 months. That's quite impressive. Year to date, same thing. Over the last year, it has not done very well. It actually was about $1.05, and it quickly went down, and now it's trying to get back to that high right there. Does this thing have a 5-year chart? Doesn't look like it does. It looks like this only goes back to about 2023, February 2023. Went up and then started going down. So anyways, let's go back into this newsletter because some of you guys receive these, and some people put a lot of clout into what's being said. So this is just a newsletter. You think it's talking about different things, but it's just talking about one thing. It's basically telling you to invest in this company, Edge Total Intelligence. And it makes claims like the United States military is going to be using it in their applications. It's something about AI. And let me tell you something. The military, the government, for the government to be, using these new technologies like AI and things like that. I was in the military, guys. The military is not cutting edge technology on anything. I mean, maybe in the highest echelons of like the Pentagon or something like that, but the everyday grunt like myself, we weren't doing anything cutting edge when I was out there. They can barely get my vacation packet approved on time, and you think they're going to be using AI from a penny stock company like this? I don't think so. So anyways, let's keep going into this here. So let's see. Mr. Place says that Warren Buffett himself has invested $250 million in a cloud data superpower called Snowflake. So, because Mr. Buffett invested $250 million in Snowflake, that means that somehow we're going to have some kind of AI revolution with this company. I don't know about that. I did look up the figures. Warren Buffett actually invested like $750 million into cloud back in 2021. And what happened after that? The company actually started tanking. So what is Snowflake doing now anyway? Let's look that up. Let's get the latest price chart on that. So Snowflake is at $153 now. Back in 2021, when Mr. Buffett invested into it, it was around 380 something. So Mr. Buffett isn't perfect, guys. He even claims himself that he makes, bad investments. Investing in a cloud data company in the middle of COVID, in hindsight, turned out to be a bad bet. A lot of those companies' prices were inflated because of the pandemic. So anyways, the price actually went down. It's probably priced about right now because of the post-pandemic. It went back to like pre-pandemic levels. So take that for what it's worth. So going a little bit more into this here, they have a little, they talk about how I think it's the Air Force or the Navy is going to be using this edge core technology that this company owns. Not this company, but the other one. Edge Total Intelligence. And they put a nice little diagram there of apparently everything that the military is doing on a battlefield. I was on a battlefield and there wasn't this many players on the battlefield at the same time. So anyways, they just put all this stuff in there to confuse you and just make it seem like they're going to be doing everything here. But okay, reason number 3 for why you should buy this company is because they're going to solve delivery problems in the VA, the Department of Veterans Affairs. You guys, I know a lot of military veterans. Let me tell you something. I don't go to the VA myself. Let me tell you something. The VA isn't going to be doing anything cutting edge anytime soon. In fact, they're probably one of the worst agencies. I don't say that out of experience. I say that out of the guys that I serve with, their experiences, and other vets that talk in the forums and things like that I'm in. So if anything, this is kind of like red flag stuff to me. They're talking about the military and the VA. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, let's put another picture of Mr. Warren Buffett. What are we saying here? He invested $250 million in an AI investment. Snowflake, the company. Yeah, but it wasn't $250 million. It was more than that. I don't know where they got that figure from. But at the end of every little segment here, they do talk about, let's get you that special artificial intelligence report. A $49 value could be yours for free. All you got to do is go to the back of the newsletter and sign up. Yeah, $49 value could be yours free. So why do they have a place? Oh, it says please bill my Visa card. I thought it was free, so why are you putting in there to bill me? Anyways, I think Mr. Place makes most of his money by selling newsletters, not necessarily by investing his money. What do we got here? Generative AI, like the type that Edge Total Intelligence offers here, will fuel a $1.3 trillion market by 2032. Again, the only problem I have with that headline there is, with the way inflation's going, is 1.3 trillion, is that a big market in 2032? It might be a big market today, right? But in the next 8 years, is a $1.3 trillion market, is that a big market? Is that a big change in the economy, like a huge change. The thing with these new cutting edge technologies like AI is that we tend to hype them up as everything's going to change right now, right? And the markets price it in, all the hype, the stocks go up and things like that. But for these applications to actually make their way into the economy, into our everyday way of life, that's going to take years, if not decades. One example that came to mind for me was the internet. So we all think of 1995, 94, something like that when the internet came out and it changed everything. Yes, it did. But the internet wasn't invented in 1990s, guys. The internet was invented, I believe, in the 1960s, something like that. It was called ARPA or something like that. It was invented by the government, and it was invented like 30 years prior to when it actually boomed and took off. So I think a similar thing like that is going to happen with AI. It has been around for a little while. I'm not sure exactly how many decades it's been around, but I think it still has a lot more to go before it becomes applicable into everything that, well, at least change our total way of life like we say it's going to change. Those VR headsets that we see right now, the Apple headsets and the Facebook headsets that they have, Meta. I remember being a little kid in the late 80s, early 90s. They had those headsets. Nintendo had those headsets, and you were playing video games on them. It wasn't anything groundbreaking, but the technology gets better. And like I said, these things take decades to actually integrate themselves into our very way of life. So as we go a little bit more into this newsletter, okay, at the end of every segment, make sure you subscribe to the newsletter. A $49 value could be yours for free. I've noticed a discrepancy here on one of these segments here. It says the same newsletter. Now it's a $19.80 value. Could be yours for free. I looked through the rest of it, and the rest of it all says a $49 value, but here it said a $19.80 value. I don't know why. It's the same exact newsletter, Artificial Intelligence Jackpot. I think it's just a typo from that one. So they just go on to tout all these companies that are using the Edge Core platform that Edge Total Intelligence company offers. All right, here we go. Now we're talking about the board of directors, the managers of this company, and all their credentials and things like that, just to make it seem a little bit more credible to you, so you can go ahead and throw all your money into this company. The problem I have was I don't know who these people are. I was watching a documentary about like a crypto scam that happened, and some guys made a LinkedIn biography of a CEO, and they put a picture of a guy and had all the credentials, went to Harvard Business School, things like that. It turns out that guy never really existed. Well, the guy was a real person, but he wasn't the actual manager of the company. He never went to Harvard Business School or anything like that. They were just taking his image because he was an old white person that looked like a manager type, and they used him as the CEO of the company. So I don't know who these guys are. I'm not going to go hunting for them or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, a lot of times we just look at these things and we just take it as, oh, okay, they look credible, they look older, wiser gentlemen. We're going to take their word for it. Don't get fooled, guys. You're getting a free newsletter in the mail. It's probably not going to be valuable advice. A lot of times in here, it does mention, please talk to your financial advisor or broker about adding Edge Total Intelligence to your portfolio. No self-respecting advisor is going to tell you to add this company to your portfolio. If we do say that, we would say something like, I would probably not put more than 1% of my total portfolio, and probably not even as much as that. This thing is a penny stock. It's 70 cents right now. I'm just going to make a prediction right now. I'm going to say within the next 5 years, this company's not even going to be around. It's probably going to go out of business. It's going to get bought out by another company. I'm going to come back to this video in 5 years, 10 years. I'm going to look up Edge Core technology just to see what happened with it. I don't think this thing is going to take off at all. I've seen similar newsletters when it comes to. I've seen similar newsletters come out when it comes to trends like lithium, precious metals that are going to power electric cars, because we know that electric cars are the future, and by 2032 all the cars in the United States are going to be electric. Well, now with headlines coming out about Ford, GM cutting down on electric vehicle production, they want to revise those figures. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're still going to be driving gas cars in the 2030s, but we'll see. But that was something people were saying about a year or two ago, is that electric vehicles are the trend. So I got a newsletter anyway saying that invest in this lithium company that's going to be mining all the lithium, because it's going to be a crucial component in the electric vehicles. Cobalt as well, things like that. Newsletters about marijuana companies back in the late 2010s, 2017, 2018, talking about, that's the future, blah, blah, blah. Invest in this company. They're all penny stocks. They're probably out of business by now because nothing has been happening in the marijuana sector lately. So here we talk about, right now you can get a 1-year subscription to Investor Invasion newsletter for just $79. How generous of them. I wonder how many people subscribe to these things and pay that money. You'd be better off taking your $79 a year and throwing it in some kind of S&P 500 mutual fund or something, or ETF. And then at the end, obviously, we got all our deals. You can buy his books, pamphlets, really, because they're not that thick. You can see from they're not thick. They're like this. They're like a little thin little newsletter like this. The only people reading this is the absolute nerds like myself. And then obviously we got Mr. Place with his authoritative signature telling you to call toll free now and get your copy. Join online, join his website. Anyways, guys, the point here is that this day and age, 2024, we are talking a lot about AI and technology and how it's going to revolutionize everything and change everything, change the world. The world is going to change because of AI. I'm going to go on record and say I don't think that's going to happen. Not as fast as you think, and not as much as you think. We're the way we are. We've evolved this way for hundreds of thousands of years, if not longer, depending on if you're religious or not. I am religious and I believe in evolution. Whatever. We can do that. Leave me alone. But anyways, this is the trend for 2024 AI. You're going to be getting scam newsletters like this. Your friends are going to tell you to invest in this penny stock. I'm going to say don't do it. I'm going to say try to put your money in, unless you like playing the lottery. Either you go play the Powerball and put whatever money you want into this company and cross your fingers, right? Otherwise, stay away from it completely. I think it's a bad idea. I got a lot to say about different topics, so if you're enjoying, please leave a comment. Tell me what you think about AI. Tell me I'm completely wrong. Tell me I have no idea what I'm talking about. That's fine. I'm open for discussion. I can be wrong. I mean, I'm not Warren Buffett or anything, so I'm definitely probably wrong some of the time. But I like making these videos because then we can really point and say, hey, Johnny, 5 years ago you said that AI wasn't going to change anything, and now look at this. So it's really good for document purposes. But all right, guys, that's enough for today. You guys have a great day. I rambled on long enough. Please hit that like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.